Okay, so next episode of Tomb of Annihilation. You guys had just crawled and barraged your way through some undead plant things that were just a ball ache to kill, upon which you then found the wreck of the narwhal. While there, you found a interesting humanoid, a Cholton, who seemed to have made the wreck his home, called Buanes Otamu, or at least that was the name he told you, telling you that he was apparently a cousin of Wakanga Otamu, the merchant prince that has Syndra Sylvain, the woman that, commissioned you for this whole expedition. So this is apparently like a merchant prince's cousin, though he's just chilling at the wreck of the narwhal. But needless to say, you guys were wondering about what was in the area that might be of any interest to you, and he did mention one place in particular called Needle's Bones, which he pointed out to you. And basically, he offered to lead you there, and he does so. If nobody has any other objections.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. No objections.
Fantastic. So he leads you out the next day. The jungle, as always, thick, clammy, humid. What's more, on top of the constant heat and humidity, you are getting quite a bit of fog going on with today's weather. It's making things light to heavily obscured in places, and it naturally hangs between the canopy of the trees that you are wiggling between. So every once in a while, a vine's coming out, smacks you in your face, and you get this again and again. The flies have all come out now as well, as this mist seems to attract everything that's hiding between things. That being said, however, your travel goes uneventful for the next couple of days. Now, something I want to tell you about, which I want to keep in mind before I forget about it. I have forced you to stay at 1 hex a day. This was wrong of me. You may attempt to travel faster, moving 2 hexes per day, but it's going to mean that your wisdom perception checks are going to be at -5, and things that are sneaky may get more sneak attacks on you and whatnot, you know?
That sounds dangerous.
It is, but if you need to get somewhere fast and you're tired of the jungle, you can absolutely go about this route and check the luck of the Irish is with you so you don't get random encounters.
Getting lost in the jungle doesn't sound like a good idea, though.
No, it does not. But your ranger feels very confident that no matter what happens, he can absolutely guide you back to the, somewhere reasonable. He's very...
I think maybe save that until we've got something urgent to do, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's just say what we're doing.
Alright, fantastic. So you guys are led over to Needle's Bones. Now, Druid, what did you name your raccoon again?
Rocky?
Yeah. Rocky doesn't like Bruanes. And you detect it's the same sort of response he gave to your first
Zaka.
guide. Yeah, Azaka, thank you. Yes. He's giving the same vibe to Branes as he's giving to Azaka. Clearly in the presence of a predator.
Okay. I will keep that in mind and make sure he is riding in my backpack.
Yeah, brilliant. He has his little, black and white head peeking out, for sure. Pardon me, I was just trying to neaten things up. That was a mistake of mine. Yikes.
So we got a bit lost there then.
Yeah. The jungle goes in circles. There we go. I'm trying to find the X that I gave. Ugh. Where is this X? Oh no, I've opened the calculator. Oh, this video is a mess. Well, I must have deleted out the X. So I'm going to do... what am I going to do? I'm going to copy and paste this X if I can. I can't. Wow. Oh my god, I'm a monster.
I think we need the ranger.
Oh yeah, no, the ranger. He's needed. Oh, whatever. But he basically shows you through like these areas, and yeah, you guys wind your way over to Needle's Bones. Now, I'd like to thank an anonymous person who very kindly set up this location for me. So, give a little thank you to whoever this random person is as you behold this new place.
Cool.
Yes.
Thank you,
Very
Randall.
nice.
Yes, you're led to. Oh, so yeah. Oh, I didn't get the locations of chult out. Oh, let me just do that now. Right, there we go. Yes. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yep, yep, yep. There we go. Yes. So, before you, a wide sinkhole yawns before you. The earth around it is littered with goblin bones. The opening is approximately 90 feet across and roughly circular, but not so circular. And the stone walls are nearly vertical, purely. 30 feet down, the sinkhole is filled with murky green water. Hundreds of frogs hop from one floating plant to another. And the massive rib cage and fine wing bones of a dragon rise above the murk. Vine, moss, and lichen hang from the bones. Judging from how much of the skeleton is exposed, the water can't be more than 3 to 4 feet deep. Now, Kifri, how tall are you?
About 3 to 4 feet, I think.
Yeah, so I will say that in your case, I think most people who are gonna be wading through here are gonna be at difficult terrain. But in your case, I think you're gonna have, yeah, you're 3 feet. I think in your case, you're gonna have to be counted as swimming when you try to get in here. But
I'm
Bronze.
5 feet as well, so it'll be very difficult for me as well.
Oh yeah. Basically, creatures that are defined as small are going to be having to swim through this soup if they try to. As you peek over, the walls are truly vertical and particularly smooth. That seems a bit odd to you, but nevertheless, beneath you can see this croaking pit filled with frog spawn, other frogs, no krungs, no need to jump at that gun, but otherwise the whole pit is a contained ecosystem with no way of water being removed other than evaporation and rain replacing it.
Can we perhaps use a survival check or a nature check to determine the age of the goblin bones?
Absolutely, yes. You may give me a survival check. Yeah, so it's very hard. There's so many bones here, and on top of all else, any defining features that you would see is just mostly grown over. So it really gives a very difficult sense of time.
I'm going to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
So spend 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if Wayus has any magic stuff on him, that should show up too.
This is detect magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me just get the details of this spell. Faint aura bears magic. You learn its school of magic. So Brains has a faint magical aura, but because these auras give you an indication of what kind of school it might relate to, you're not getting a sense of what school that is. Just seems to have a touch of the weave to him. Perhaps it's a shade towards conjuration, maybe a shade towards illusion. It's something along those lines.
Okay. And then I'm gonna move around the edge of the pit and see if I can see magic there.
Okay, certainly. So, I'll drag out everybody's icons. Kifri. I'm drawing you all in the GM layer. That's super smart of me. I really am the pro gaming GM I always hoped I'd be. Reinhardt. Sylvan. Not Brog. Dalaron. And Durandal. I'll put in Brains in a second. So
It's Dalron. Frog is the half orc.
yeah, sorry. I saw it and I mixed up, but yeah. Dalaron, there you are. So yes, Brightheart. So describe to me an area that you're going to go to. I mean, you can keep going 10 minutes around, but I like to think you guys have a sense of urgency to you. You know, maybe to just camp somewhere else by the end of the evening. But yeah, if you want to, you can keep 10 minutes at a place. What is the range of detect magic? What is the range of detect magic?
30 feet. So.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna walk around the edge of like from.
Okay, yeah. So I'll allow
Here.
you that basically you just keep.
Here.
Yeah, I follow. Basically, you go around the whole edge and you keep recasting. Now, when you get when you get to a little bit of a location over towards the top left, let me draw it out. Yeah, because you got a range of 30 feet, you get a sense of something. In fact, a lot of somethings. Over in this, that's impossible to see because it's in the goddamn GM layer. Yes. You see, I'll do this in bloody red. You detect a lot of stuff over. Oh God. Over in this area. It's vague, but you are getting a sense of a large amount of magic over in this corner.
Okay.
Before we go any further, I would just like to point out that in full disclosure of fairness, I'm still on GM layer.
Who is?
Grim, Willem.
Oh.
So I can see what's in here.
Well, you are the DM assistant, so everything you can see in GM layer is correct.
Right, but aren't I a player now?
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Just won't say anything. Okay.
You just want meta it. That's fine.
Yep.
But yeah. So then, how do
There's
people?
Something about you said the pillars looked unusually smooth and it stuck out as weird.
Yes, I will allow a Arcana or a Nature. No, not a Nature. An Arcana or a. Yeah, an Arcana or Nature. That's what I'll go with.
Okay. Let me see what's.
All right. So I'll throw this at Brightheart because that's a good roll, and she is the druid. So you get that this rock has been naturally, well, not unnaturally worn down by corrosive acids, and that's why it's so smooth. This pit may well actually be manufactured by something that wanted to smooth it out through acid.
Okay. I will share that with the group, and I'm also going to whisper something to Kithri. I'll just do it in our chat.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm curious. Oh man. Could have whispered it in the Roll20 and people could have checked out the cool stuff there. But whatever.
How do you whisper roll?
I think that is done by a /W.
Yes.
And then
Name?
yeah, Kifri. Yeah. Hello. But I still won't see that because I'm the GM. Oh well. These secrets are gonna get lost to me. That's gonna make me sad. Oh well.
I want to pick up a handful of leaves or something of that nature and throw it into the water.
Oh, sure. So
See if I notice anything.
yes, certainly. So you do so, and it seems like it was a wise choice you do. The frogs nearby all croak and cohort quite energetically as you disturb them, but atop that, you notice a few quipperfish, which basically are piranhas, a swarm even, go to attack some of the frogs that are down there in the murky lengths and depths. And a moment or two later, they move on and they go back into the deep murky water that does perfectly hide them very well, making it very difficult to see them.
I don't like that.
No.
How much water is in here? Like how many feet deep?
3 to 4 feet deep.
Would a thunder wave push a good amount of it out of the way?
So, have you splashed around in a pool at all?
Yeah.
So, when you do a bomb, which is what this would be, the water displaces, it comes back mostly instantly, and because it's contained, you're not going to really move the water out in a significant way that's going to help you achieve much.
Sure.
And here's Barnes out of here's Barnes. So Barnes says this green dragon used to be called Olamungus. It used to terrorize the west of Chult. Needless to say, however, it died of some reason I know not.
Well, I guess his goblin bones might have had something to do with it.
Wise, I imagine that's probably true.
Yeah, there's 2 ballista here on the map. Are they actually here, or is it just part of the map?
That isn't actually so true. What you do see there, though, is a large swarm of, you see a lot of tied and linked vines that are around the place. And a few of them seem to latch over towards the dragon, though its bones hide it, whatever it was tied around it for, under its green murky depths. But you do see some fashioned cords and knots in the vines.
Can we pull on the vines?
Certainly. From your position, you do so. The bones jingle a bit, but they're pretty heavy, and they're pretty stuck into the mud and grime and what have you. So they're not coming out particularly quickly.
Can I force it with strength?
You may absolutely have a go with strength. Who was that who wanted to?
That was Dalron.
Okay, Dalron. So, because I'm waiting for this, you're not gonna bust in a rage for it, but could you please bust into a rage for it?
Okay, I will bust into a rage for it. There we
Brilliant.
Go. Advantage.
Now, crumbs almighty. Yeah, so being a sailor, you activate your most powerful strength, and I mean, he is a sailor. That's going to bust open some muscles. And then you roll a 10. Oh, I just wanted. You can have your rage back. I'm just saying, you can have it back. I just wanted to do that. But yeah, you're not able to move this heavily clogged dragon bones out from the depths. You're not able to, no. And the vines hold strong. They're strong vines, to say the least.
How much of a drop is it from where we are down into the water?
30 feet.
Ooh, okay.
Now these vines are very strong. Could I check to see if it could hold a person?
So you don't even need to make a check. You can tell instantly from the outset that they absolutely could. Especially if you wrap a few together, they can absolutely hold a person.
All right.
I've got
they go
rope
to
anyway.
The center. Yeah, they go to the center of the dragon, right?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Or at least some do. Some are very, well, they hang quite lazily. You know, they're not taught.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I have an ability called Cloud Step. Can I focus it down below and?
Oh yeah, you can
Well,
just shape
steps.
clouds, can't you, and make your own staircase, can't you?
Yes.
You can absolutely do that. Absolutely. And because it's so misty at the moment, you find it especially easy to manipulate the clouds with your mind to make such a staircase happen. So yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Hey,
Okay.
Zil?
What was that word you were trying to say? Oh, right.
Zildane.
Oh yeah. Yeah, go on.
How much would you say the bones of the dragon weigh?
They're pretty heavy, but even if they weren't as heavy, they're still very much stuck in by the murky mud here.
My point of asking would be, would levitate do anything to this carcass?
So I don't believe they have that spell. Well, if they do, I'm gonna say no because it's gonna be heavier than that.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, that aside, I'm trying to find a nice staircase for you. Huh. Ugh, they're not really good staircases. They're all dark. Well, I'm not gonna get much luck, I think. Anyway, so Mystic, are you going to be crafting a staircase?
Yes.
Ah, okay then. Do you have to maintain it, or how? Well, yeah, you use your key points, and you make such a staircase. It's 10 feet by 10 feet, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And how long will it last for?
Until I break concentration.
Okay then. So yeah, we'll just call this blue square the spiral staircase that you make, and you make it easily enough. And so the Durandal's going to say that I'm cool where I am at the moment. Since I got the crossbow, it makes sense that if anything pops up, I'm up here to shoot down at. That cool with you guys?
Yeah, I'll
I was
probably
hoping
stay
to
up on
use
the
his
edge of the
piggyback.
He will laugh and go, "Ah, you," and he points to the dwarf and he's like, "You can do that much better than me."
It's a bit short. I didn't want to get my feet wet.
It's just stand on his shoulders. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay then.
Plus, and he kind of puts like his hand to his mouth in a way that says he suggests he's trying to be sneaky, saying, and he whispers, "Someone's got to keep an eye on Branos."
Yeah, good point.
All right then. So, Mystic, Bard, Brightheart. Whoops. Yep. You guys all head down the staircase, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna try and stay on the sort of
Cloud.
soil, I guess, that we can see.
The soil. Oh right. Those outcroppings of logs aren't really available. It's just flavor imagery.
Okay.
There's nothing in here but thicker lily pads, honestly. But you can stay on the crafted cloudy creation if you want to. Just like at the bottom steps. Okay then. So everybody else head into the pit. Essentially. So eventually, yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So, Mr. Mystic, you expected perhaps that some of the quipperfish you saw earlier would immediately jump at you. They do not.
That's good then.
Yes. So it seems as though you guys can wander out reasonably safely for a little bit. Alrighty then.
Can I see anything down here? Things
So
that aren't visible from the top, maybe.
oh yeah. so you can see the fine layer of slimy film that's created by the ecosystems of frog spawn right on the water level that you're soon to have to submerge yourself in to basically maneuver around. You can intimately see one or two frogs currently in some sort of mating courtship. It really just looks like fat rolling around on top of each other, really. But no, you can absolutely see this in fine detail.
I don't need to see that.
Well, you're in the pit. That's life for you now. Your life is now the pit.
Okay.
Before I go into the pit, I would like to wild shape into a giant toad.
Oh, sweet. Oh,
I
that's
have swimming speed now.
That's excellent. Yeah, fantastic. I'll bring up a giant toad. Yeah, excellent. Whoa, this is pretty sick. Yeah, there we go. So
Give me the stats for it too.
yeah, absolutely. I'm just dragging it from the compendium because that's how it
Yeah.
has to happen. Is Toad in here? Doesn't look like he's in here. No, I have to drag him from the compendium. Goddamn. Oh, he's not coming out. He's being slow. I wish he told me ahead the time.
Well, I didn't know we were heading into a murky pit ahead of time.
You didn't, in fairness. You did not. Right, I've got his stats. What if I refresh the page? Come on, giant toad. Oh, I can't get him. I can only say I've got him. I can't drag him out for you. But hey, you popped into being a giant toad. What happens to your raccoon, Rocky, whenever you wild shape? Out of interest.
I was counting him as gear, so he just like turns into.
No, I'm going to say that that's not going to be an option, as he is a living creature.
Okay. He'll just hang out on the clouds then.
Okay, fair enough. I've honestly tried 100 times to get this toad dragged out. It's not happening.
Just know that if I lose concentration, he's gonna go splashing into the water.
Okay. You know what? I'll tell Rocky to go back up on land before I turn.
Yeah, no worries. So he does an easy leap across. He does it, no trouble at all. And he's there. Aha, giant toad? Maybe? Yes? No?
There's 3 of them on my screen.
There's none of them on my screen. Delete one out, or delete until there's one left. And yeah, just have fun with that. If you can make it giant size, great. And if you can, edit it and let Brightheart have control of it. That'll also be great. And share it to their journal. But
Won't
yeah.
really do anything with it.
Anyway, yeah. So now, oh, hang on.
Real quick, Luke.
Yes. Yep.
You might not see. You could be maybe disconnecting here, and you might not actually see us moving around and stuff. Are we still in the same spot?
Yes, you're still in the same spot for me.
Okay, we've moved around. We're like near the dragon right
May
now.
need to close down and open back up.
Yeah, you're gonna need a.
Yeah, I will. I suppose I will do that. And I'll. Oh, they look wonderful.
I forget to cast bark skin.
Well,
Oh well.
you get a swim speed, you forget to do bark skin. Life comes and goes. Life giveth, life taketh away. Yes. So let's make you smaller, due to GM layer. And yeah, you have a giant frog in the party now. Ribbit, motherfucker. Yeah. Although it is giant and twice your size, honestly. So maybe lacking in the cuteness department.
So now the other frogs look at him as like a god.
Yes, no, they are all croaking in crazed interest as like you as your druid might choose to give one domineering ribbit, and they all just yeah, go on.
I was gonna say I croak, I am your god, and whatever frog.
Yeah.
Croak.
In frog language, they don't understand what God is, but you've become it. Yeah, absolutely. And you're just in your zone. You could lead them to murky greatness.
An army of frogs.
Yes, you can. You can. It would be like the Batman Rises, but this time with frogs. Ishi, ishi, ribbit, ribbit, ishi, ishi, ribbit, ribbit. Okay then, but yes. So you guys are at the skeleton of the giant dragon. Well, it's actually a little smaller than that, but it is still large nonetheless. Large to huge, I would say. Right, yes. So for those that are inspecting the dragon, I would like an investigation check, please.
Copy that.
Okay, yes. So, Kiffy and Grim, you don't roll because you are the GM. Oh, you're rolling on behalf of Willem. I apologize.
Yes. Yep.
Don't know why it didn't show up as him. Weird. First time I've had someone control another character, I guess. Well,
Yeah,
cool.
me too.
Brightheart, you don't get this, but Sylvan, having the higher mind functions and whatnot, you can tell that the dragon was actually strangled around by the vines. And that's what you can conclude, seeing how they're draped and wrapped around the dragon. It was definitely tangled and perhaps strangled. You figure you could double check this. Below the checkbox, you should be able to change whose display. Oh yeah,
Down there.
I see. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool. So, well, you figure you could continue. I'm talking from beyond the grave.
Yeah, it never hurts to have a bit of backup.
Yes, voices from beyond. Yes, but Sylvan, you reckon that if you got a look at this head, you could absolutely precisely determine what caused its death. While you have a good idea of its strangulation, if you could get its head out of the murky water, you could figure out the rest.
Can I
I'm
cast
going to
levitate do
direct
that?
our little dwarf guy to go over there with me, and he can lift it up.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. Dalron, if you could give me a strength check, please, of athletics. Yes, it took you a little bit, but you are able to lift this dragon up by its horns. And upon seeing it, Sylvan, you could tell that this was in fact a green dragon, a fan of poisons and acids.
Okay, I'll relay that to my party.
Yes, and it does confirm that this dragon was indeed strangled. And what's more, it seemed to be strangled all across the place. Its head was absolutely tied around several times over. It was held down in a net, and at some point it somehow got killed like that.
So we see remnants of the net left out?
Yes, it's all very much decayed and, not as good as it once was, but that's what you can tell from the way it's died with your investigation.
Can we look for anything of value on the dragon's corpse itself, like around the head area or the neck?
Yes, dragon bone.
Other than just the dragon bone, is there anything else there?
The dragon did not bling itself out, I am sorry to say, but just to remind you, your druid with detect magic did point out that towards the northwest there was something of tremendous magical aura that way.
So do we think this dragon made the pit then, since it has acid?
Well, that's up to you guys to tell me.
Ah, that's the wrong thing. Crap.
Ah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. No worries.
Thank you. Ruler. There we go.
I'm gonna make my way over to this little island and.
That island doesn't necessarily exist. I am sorry about that, but all of this is just wade through water, which you are currently wading through. And Kifri, in your case, you are swimming through it. Okay, but yeah, You guys.
I'm beloved. She can ride on my shoulders.
Okay, cool. So the bard is riding on top of
Sit on
Sylvan's
my back.
shoulders.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah. First thing that you guys see, as you oh, hang on. Yeah, let me just check all this out. Yeah. Yeah, just checking things out. So, I would need some perception checks from everybody, please. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, ah! Sylvan, my boy, you may have just, stopped everyone from despising me. I swear to God. Well done, well done. So, what you notice is that there's an alcove over here, specifically right over there, and that alcove also has a lot of dead vines over it, which is peculiar because the vines around the rest of the walls are not as dead as these are. And what's more, it seems to be that, this 10-foot by 10-foot patch of pure dead plants goes on top of a door. But the door doesn't seem to have any handle to it.
Interesting.
Yes. So then,
Can we see what killed the vines?
yes, Kifri, you may give me an investigation or medicine check, please. Oh, Kifri! Yes! So, given how you've all suffered under grung tyranny, you instantly recognize that what killed this spot in particular was poison.
Ah, interesting.
The dragon likely breathed poison over this spot, and the door would open for it. You can imagine.
Ranger, do you have some poison?
The ranger's like, what? So he comes up a little closer, and yeah, he's like, do I have any poison? Well, I really wanted some poison. I've been working hard to try and find something for a bit of poison damage, but let me just... Whoa,
I can't talk, but I can walk up and just lick it, I guess. I have poison.
Oh, amazing.
That is amazing. Also, what is amazing, I just opened up Durandal, and the first thing that comes up, it says, are you sure you want to turn this character into a giant toad? Which is kind of awesome. So, I'm just curious, how do I make that happen for Brightheart?
If it's what happened to me with the dragon, it messes up all your stats.
I'm just really curious. So I've got Toad selected. If I click Brightheart, no, I can't do it. What the hell? How did that happen?
I think it's when you accidentally drag from the compendium onto your character sheet, you get the option.
Oh shit. No, never mind. So yeah, so you have poison damage, is that right?
Yes.
I
can copy it for you, maybe.
Yes, I see it. I see it. So absolutely. You come forward and yeah, you lick the door and to your friend's amazement, yes, it opens up and inside there is the following. When you guys see this door open up, you can see the hoard of this dragon. There is a purse made from Triceratops hide, a small box made from 2 Velociraptor skulls cleverly fitted together, and a hollow dinosaur bone with a wax plug at one end. The purse contains 55 gold pieces, 800 silver pieces, and 3 blue quartz rings worth 10 gold pieces each. The skull box is worth 12 gold pieces and contains a wand of fear and 2 diamonds worth 500 gold pieces each, which are assembled to the eye sockets of each of the Velociraptor eye sockets that this little chest was made out of. The hollow dinosaur bone contains 5 plus 1 sling bullets, but that isn't all. There is also a strange long rod that has 2 horses on either side of it, and I'm going to share this with you in Discord so you can see it. But yeah, you know what? I'm just going to share it all. There is one immovable rod with the qualities of being able to stay in space in any position that you designate. There is also a large vial of ointment that has some healing properties to it, along with curing properties to it.
Could you,
They're all shared.
before you continue, could you perhaps post all of this in the Roll20? That way we have a chance to write it all down.
Right. So I'll copy and paste the details, but for the magic items, you'll just have to keep up with me. They are shared in your compendium, so this should be an easier thing to do. So yeah, you got an immovable rod, Kektom's ointment. Then there is also a unique ring, and this ring has an amethyst inside it. This is a ring of resistance, and its resistance is to poison.
Nice.
Yes.
Right, well, I'm claiming that.
Yes. So I'm trying to find the wand of fear, and it's not quite coming up immediately. So we'll find that a little later. And finally, there is also a ornate fan that has some delicate paintings on top of it. And while you hold it in your hand, you can feel the stagnant air of chult begin to like waft around, really like subtly and quickly as you deem and demand it. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. There is also a large jug that has several corks to it. About 10 or so in total. And it has like a different color to each one. But when you open them, different substances pour out from it.
Including beer. Wow.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
That's a lot of use.
But in this variation, that's actually Jet, the local variation of beer and alcohol here. But yes, there you go. And just to top it all off, there's also a nugget, a gold nugget, that's worth 50 gold pieces. Right. So, well done, you guys. You have found a treasure hoard of loot.
Sounds like we're going shopping.
Yes. You have at least 1,000 gold pieces from the diamonds alone. And then another 800 silver pieces converted to another 80. You know, so yeah, you have got some loot. And a hoard of magic items.
Fantastic.
Yes. I will leave you guys to roleplay who gets what. But, yeah, let's see. Since I'm thinking on behalf of Willem and Durandal, who has been messed up the most by poison? I'm gonna say Durandal, because he lived through the grung fight, but also he really suffered on behalf of it. So he's going to call out and go, Bagsy on the ring of poison resistance.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that seems accurate.
Oh, sweet. Alright then, that was easy. Nice.
I'm just gonna use my froggy hand to grab that wand.
Oh, shit. Yeah, the giant frog brings up its dark, hand, the murky water, bringing up like other little frogs that are currently clinging to your skin and the small boils that you've got, and you cling it up and you're just like, ribbit, as you collect this wand. And yeah, this wand looks really nasty. It's actually not available in. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Wand of Fear. If I find it, Wand of Fear. Yes, there it is. Edit, and I'll just share that to players. So yeah, this wand is twisted in nasty, sharp spikes, and in your hand it does sit. Well, it sits awkwardly because you're a giant frog. But what's more, you look at this wand and you can see that it's permeating dark, horrible nightmares for any creature that should happen to be on the receiving end of it.
Awesome.
Yes. But you are currently a frog, so I guess you eat it and it will merge back into your backpack at some point or something.
Something like that.
Yes. And now Durandal is actually going to give up. No, is he going? He wants the loot. He really wants the loot. He wants to get a part of it, and he doesn't want to be, left high and dry out of loot. But he kind of really wants this position, and he's right by Brains, so he's not taking too many chances. But yeah, that being said, he's gonna stay where he is. And he's going to wrestle with himself over this difficult choice of to loot or to be smart. That is the question.
Yeah, we can always move stuff around at the end of this. I know Dalron enjoys a lot of alcohol, and he has the ability. He has proficiency in brewing alcohol, so I'm gonna call out the alchemy jug.
Oh,
Is that
brilliant.
alcohol or is that potion?
You can use it for any type of liquid.
Okay.
Yeah, give a read of the details as it is shared to your compendium. Your journal rather. But yeah, it has a whole host between grease, poison, acid, beer, mayonnaise, my favorite. I shit you not, you can have 12 gallons of mayonnaise.
Yes. You can also have 4 gallons of beer in the alchemy jug.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, just getting that in line. Okay then, so, as you guys deal with this, the fog that's been following around you, kind of seems to get like a strange blue tinge to it. Now just give me a second here. Yes, a thick blue tinged mist comes over you guys, and I would like you guys to all make me a Constitution saving throw, please, as this mist seems to tickle these parts of you that you would otherwise call the backs of your mind. Okay. Durandal will also be making this check.
Nice roll.
Why don't I have Durandal up? I know I don't have Durandal up. I had to close roll 20. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Constitution saving throw. He has nothing to it. Alright. Okay. Dalron, you pass. Durandal passes. Kiffy, Willem, you fail. Giant Frog, if you can make me a Constitution saving throw, please. And you take that on behalf of your frog.
It's already up there. It's the first one.
Oh, I see it. It's GM'd roll because, yeah, frog. Yeah, no, you pass, as you're just like, you blub into the water, and you just give this mist a miss, rather. But yeah, Kifri, yeah, we'll start with Kifri, because Willem is just a person, who is not here at the moment. Yeah. Okay, Kiffy, would you like me to roll you a D100, or would you like to roll a D100?
You can do it.
Okay.
Then I can blame you when it all goes wrong, you see.
Okay. Okay, so Kiffy, you develop... Ooh. Ooh. Okay, okay. There's a subpart to this. I hope you're excited. It's not going to be that great. Okay, so Kiffy, you are now deafened, as you seem to have gone a bit insane, and you no longer hear things. Where's the star function? Yeah, because I can times this. Ah, brilliant. Ah, fantastic. Okay, you are deafened for 81 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this insanity hits you pretty hard, and you're basically unable to hear anything, which is tough being a bard. For let's try that again. 81 divided by 24. Yeah, you're basically deafened for the next 3 days.
I can live with that.
Yeah, I mean, can you? You're the bard. You depend on your singing voice.
Hey,
Well,
look,
I can't hear it. The rest of the guys, they might regret it.
Hmm.
would a gust of wind help to push the cloud away from us?
Oh, it absolutely would, but you already were amongst this mist that by the time that it actually affected you, and you'd think to blow it away, its damage is already done. But you can absolutely move it along its way afterwards, and heads up, the next time you see anything that has this blue tint to it, you can absolutely use to get the fan out and keep it blown away at bay. Absolutely.
Okay.
Now for Willem, who failed his save. Alright, so yeah. So the character regards something, which in this case is mist, with intense revulsion, as it is as if affected by the antipathy effect. Okay, so Willem hates mist and fog, and he just starts shooting cantrips up into it, and he also seems violently sick into the vile sludge you guys are wading through, as he can't stand this fog. It is the worst thing he could ever see in his life. And yeah, you fan it away, and he just worships you and thanks you. He hugs the frog because the frog looks better than the fog did somehow in his mind. And how long does he hate fog for? How long does he hate it? He hates it for the next 18 hours. Anyway, yes. So, you guys,
Okay.
yeah, go on.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Restore Health on our bard.
Your bard's
So,
not. Oh, okay. It's just that's the restoration, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, understood. So, you cure her of her madness, and yeah, she's sorted.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, you went a little insane there. You couldn't hear anything, but then you got better.
All right, fantastic.
Yes. So, Branes calls out from below as he's like, "You guys found your treasure yet?"
Yes, we did.
Ah, fantastic. He moves behind Durandal, and I need a second here. Let the tension build as what the hell he could possibly do. This sudden excuse me, God. Yeah. So he pops out from human to being a bipedal tiger, and he does a shove attempt essentially against Durandal, who's caught off by surprise as suddenly this tiger pops into view. and then starts to shove him into the murk. So Durandal, I believe, can't be surprised in any way, but he hasn't got that as a feature, so I have to presume he doesn't. So he will be making this at disadvantage. Dexterity saving throw, that will do it. So at disadvantage, he nat ones, and he is sent tumbling into the pit. Now, it is water, so I will half the damage he takes. 40.
30 feet drop, right?
Yes. So I think the first 10 feet I leave out, and then every 5 feet after that is a d6. So he takes 11. What's that?
I believe it's every 10 feet.
Okay then.
Yeah.
So I'll just take the 12, which he halves to 6. So he takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage as he's just slammed on his face, and he will be prone in the murk there as Barnes basically growls out in his lycanthropic voice mixed in with the purrs of a tiger as he draws a long bow, just casually cocked, and he says, "Send the halfling up with the loot, or else I leave you in this pit."
How about we just give you half of the loot?
Why take half when I can take whole?
You're gonna leave us in this pit? Oh, well, that's fine. We can get out of this pit.
I know you can, but I'm gonna ask that you don't try that, or else I will have to make sure you die in that pit.
Then come down here and fight us.
He just levels the crossbow at you just to show a point that he can just start wailing at you from a distance, or more optimally, he actually aims it towards Sylvan, because he's the one holding on to the staircase that will get you out. Done about that line. I'll just...
Yeah, sorry, that was me.
Okay, no worries. So basically he's like, send the halfling up with the loot, and I'll go on ahead of you, and we can part ways. Or else I'm gonna have to take what's out there. I am sorry about this. I did like you all, but the tiger's got to make his living somehow.
He didn't see what all we grabbed, though, did he?
Oh yeah, he has been. Or if he's got the stealth enough to be able to spy on you, and he's just been in view enough where Durandal's been in view of you.
Why don't we go back to yours and talk it out?
What, were you going to escape? What do you take me for? Come on, enough of this, or I'll have to start firing.
We might be able to come to some other arrangement.
You know what, roll me
Do some
persuasion. Roll me persuasion. Ooh, that's a good persuasion. So he goes. You have what's more worth? All of those items that you've all those trinkets that you've found, including those diamonds. Those diamonds I absolutely want as mine. But go on. What could you possibly offer that would be worth more than what you have currently?
The diamonds, certainly, if that's what you really want. We could do without them. We'd rather have the items, I'm sure.
He kind of just like rolls his head around. He's just like, yes, he's open to haggling somewhat as he's considering, and he's like, the diamonds, the ring, and the rod.
I'm going to drop my concentration on the stairs.
Oh, okay.
How about the diamonds and we do you some kind of favor? Is there anything you want us to get for you, or anyone we can talk to for you?
He really doesn't. He just wants the loot.
Well, what if, how about the rod and the 2 diamonds? We would really like the ring, and we need the ring because we do adventuring and so forth.
The ring, that curly, nasty little wand you got there, and the diamonds. That's his counter offer.
don't think we're going to accept that deal.
Plus, I mean, you said I ate the wand.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you absolutely did eat the one. You make a point of showing that it's on the table by sticking out your tongue as you just like, and you just make a point that this is in your possession and this is counted in your mouth. But yeah, it's part of the bargaining table for now.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, is it no dice Chicago?
I think so.
Hold on. Wait. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Let's ponder our decisions.
I mean, there's only one of him, and we can hide from his arrows.
Oh, we definitely can hide from his arrows.
Now that may be harder than you think, because
No, it won't.
you are in a pit. He's got the height advantage.
I can cast Wall of Cloud. He can't see through it because it's full cover.
Okay then, if that's something you can cast, then certainly.
I can also get out of here if need be, but I don't think I'll be able to really do much to him.
Are you talking on behalf of the sorcerer?
Yes, he can levitate, and then he has something to do with elements that pushes him 10 feet.
Yeah, I know about that. He casts a spell, he can go 10 feet without an attack opportunity.
Yep.
So
So I can levitate and get out of here, but I don't think it's going to do us much good.
okay. Well, he basically cocks his bow again as he goes, "Last time, deal or no deal?"
No deal. And you should
No
leave.
fucking
Shoots a
deal,
bow.
you damn tiger.
Now he's gonna shoot that bow, and he's gonna aim it right for Sylvan, because he knows he's the one that can make the staircase, which he doesn't want to see happen. So yeah, people roll me initiative. Whoops. I've gone to the help page. Whoops. Oh, I've cocked it up. It's all cocked now. It's all fucked. Excuse me. Oh, where's the turn order? There we go. Just give me a second. I need to restore this. I need to remove all the ones prior. I apologize for that. Can you roll again for me?
Oh, but I
Oh,
had an
I
amazing
rolled so
initiative.
good.
I'm sorry. You all jumped on it so quickly. You can have your previous scores. You can have your previous scores.
Same anyway.
Daron, what is this plus 2.14? What the hell is that?
It's a
It's
tiebreaker.
a tiebreaker. I forgot to take it off from last time. That's why I
Ah.
took it off.
Okay. Okay, cool. Usually in a tie, it's whoever has the highest dex modifier.
Yes, that's what it adds in there. Is the dex modifier.
Alright.
It does like a point, and then it does your dex score essentially.
Okay. Alrighty then.
I had a 20 before.
Okay. Okay, where are you? Oh yeah, I need to roll for giant frog, basically. Yeah. There we go. Giant toad has 20. Descending. Alright, great. But this dude is going to get his longbow out first, and he is going to get some attacks out there first. And we gotta change the tempo.
I don't think I'm on the initiative either.
Who? Oh, Will. Well, that's because you may not have rolled your initiative. Now it's rolled.
Okay.
Boom. Okay, let's turn it up a bit. Let's turn it up. Okay, so yeah, this were-tiger is basically going to level his crossbow at you, Sylvan. Okay, so then he's going to shoot you twice. He rolls a 23 and does 8 piercing damage, but the next attack is a miss. And that's his turn, basically. Actually, no, that won't just be his turn. He's going to move over here towards the bushes a bit, and he's just going to use a tiny bit of concealment just to help him out with some cover. Not a lot, just half cover. Sylvan, your
Am I
turn.
giving Sylvan cover now? from Arch?
From what?
Oh, I guess he still has a line of sight. Never mind.
Yeah. So Sylvan, your turn.
Okay, we have a 22 before me.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold my turn anyway. Until you guys do all your casting. I'll go before the tiger though.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's a Dowon. I don't know how I missed Dowon. I don't know why that didn't work in the descending order. But yeah, sorry. So you wait your initiative till.
I'm holding my initiative until just before the tiger. I'll let you know before.
Okay, I'll move him down. I'll move you down to the tiger. Okay, yeah. So giant toad, I guess.
Are we within 5? Are these 5 squares each?
Yeah, you can see the hexes right there. And the ruler tool also tells you that they're 5 squares each.
Okay.
So yeah, giant toad. Is there not a lot a toad can do?
They're melee.
Yeah. But you can
So,
look cool.
You see my blue line?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do a cloud of wall.
On your turn, you will, yes. But firstly, giant toad, do you just basically chill out?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action until he's in the pit.
Okay, that may be a while. Sylvan,
Yeah.
yeah. How long is the
Or
cloud?
until I can get out.
It's 60 feet across, 15 feet high.
Okay, would you like to please draw for me that wall using the draw tool and dragging out with shift left click? But yeah, is there anything else you do with that turn? And is your wall obscuring on both sides?
It can go 60 feet across.
Yes, but is it obscuring for both attacker and defenders?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
gonna
so
help-
how do I draw a line? Do I do a freehand?
No, I'm gonna do it for you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Boom. There's a line. I've used it doing shift left click. And yes, I'm just going to rotate it a bit, like so. And is this how you want it?
Yes, I want it still partially into the pit, so he has to come down.
Okay, yeah, so it's at pit level.
Okay, that's good right there.
Okay, brilliant. But yeah, it's at pit level. Okay, so you still have a
Okay,
movement.
I'm gonna move.
You will be moving at difficult terrain, basically, as you're wading through this water.
Is that half speed?
Yes. Yes, it will be half speed. Okay, awesome. Anything else?
I'm done.
Okay, sweet. Kifri, your turn.
Okay, can I cast spells through this, or is it hiding?
That's total complete blockage.
Yes, and it's going to have to be a rule of if he can't see you, you can't see him. But because Sylvan has made a 15-foot high wall where there's a ledge that's 30 foot high, he is still going to be able to see over that.
Oh fuck.
Yep, I'm sorry, dude.
Okay, there's not much I can do then. So I'm gonna jump on the back of the toad and we can run away.
Ah, brilliant. So I will allow you not to be swimming and not to have difficult terrain if you can impress me with an acrobatics check over Dalron and then ride the back of this giant frog if you like.
No problem.
All right. Okay.
Alrighty.
So it's not epic, but you get to the giant frog. But no style points is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just kind of stumble and claw my way up.
Yes.
Over my shoulder and goes, "Stop! What the fuck are you doing, you damn half elf? Or sorry, halfling."
Poke the frog in the eye while I'm at it. Sorry.
Oh no. the fog. The fog's eye is like a stress ball, and Brightheart doesn't even blink. They don't feel it. The eye just concaves in, and when your foot comes out, it just bulges back out like it was like nothing. The giant
Oh,
fox
that's
is a
horrible.
massive stress ball.
So gross.
They don't even look phased. That's
I
the
think
thing.
that's me done.
Yeah, they don't even look phased. I will say from your position though that you can basically just see the tops of this cloudy cover, and you can kind of see the tiger if you wanted to make a shoot at him.
Alright, I might try casting Fairy Fire on him then.
Okay, sweet. So that's a wisdom saving throw, if I'm right.
I think so.
Okay.
What's it say?
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, Dexterity
He fails.
against 14.
Yes.
Yes.
He fails, and you light him up in colourful lights that cascade and dance around his form. And does point
I'm
him
gonna
out.
use that disco music accompanying this spell.
Oh, hang on. What can I grab? It'll have to be whatever is the first result. Yeah, dancing lights.
Excellent.
Oh, we're gonna play this out for a bit, I think. Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, you just you pop the lights on him, and you make it into a you bring the rave to the pit. Durandale gets up from prone, which basically uses up almost all of his movement, half to be exact, but then he has half reduced, so he's just stuck, unable to make a shot at this dude because of the wall. Well, is he? He's gonna have to back up a bit more. So he basically just moves that full amount, and that's where he is. Is there like a moaning to the back of this music?
Yes, there is.
Right, that's enough of that, and we're gonna go back. I mean, the beat was about to drop, I'm sure, but
Turn into porn.
listen, if he wanted to make this a porn corruption of champions game, I would. They would get too far, too much. So firstly, these quipperfish have been disturbed now by all this ruckus, and now they are going to start. They're going to start making a mess of things for you guys. Boom. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So they keep themselves pretty hidden. Okay, so the Durandale, when he fell, he kind of coughed up a bit of blood from his chest as the impact really winded him and, really hurt him. And it seems like his blood drew in the fish in the swarm. And, yeah, he's being attacked. Yes. So that is going to be a hit, and Durandale is going to take 18 points of piercing damage. Holy shit. Yes. And that swarm stays there. Willem, it's your turn. You just see your friend Durandale suddenly jumped on by swarms of these piranha-like creatures that completely nip and lash at him. And he's howling in pain. Truly.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I've got a handout for you of the quipperfish, and they look nasty.
Yes, they do.
But yes,
I
go
am
on.
going to. And you said the wall is 30 feet up, right?
The wall is 30 feet high, yes.
Okay. Well, I
15
can
feet
only
high.
levitate 20 feet, so I guess I lied. I can't get out of here.
No, you can levitate 20 feet per round, depending on if you have something to jump from. It's basically being in 0G. You depend on pushing yourself off something in order to move that 20 feet. Otherwise, you just sort of float there 20 feet up in the air.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go help out. What's my friend down here?
Down where? Oh, Durandale.
Okay,
He's
I'm gonna
bloodied
go-
already.
Yep. I'm gonna go over here, and then I'm going to cast Does shocking grass make any difference in water?
No, it does not.
Okay. But it is a cantrip if I am correct, right?
Can we see these?
Yeah, it's a
swarms of
cantrip.
fish?
Okay. So I want to do that to the fish and try to help him out.
All right, you'll do so at disadvantage as you're basically trying to barehand claw a fish out of the swarm, underneath this murky, dense, dark green water. But make that attack. All right, so at disadvantage, that's going to be a miss, as basically the fish just swim by your hand eerily. Okay, so then. Have I mixed up my swarms? I have. I'm gonna correct this. Boop. My swarm goes there. There we go. Yes.
Yeah,
So-
we can't see the swarms at all.
Ah, no, that's intentional. They are hidden underneath this murky depths. Although you obviously know that they're in 5 feet from you.
Okay. I am also taking my turn before the tiger.
Oh yeah, before the tiger. Before. Yes. So before the tiger, the other fish are going to be making their way. The other swarm. They go up to Sylvan, and they make an attack on you as you have also been hurt. They almost nat wand, but because of your blood luring them towards you, they are able to make a hit, and they do 17 points of damage to you. Hello?
I hear you.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, I was afraid because the music wasn't kicking in, so I wondered where everybody was. But no, that is their turn. So before the were-tiger's turn, Dalron. Dalron? Daddy Dwarf?
Yes.
Your turn.
Okay. I am going to move over. Let's see. Here with my 15 feet
Ah,
and attempt to, I guess, recklessly attack the swarm if I can.
well, very interesting. You feel as though the space you moved into is prime with these fish. Now, unfortunately, even though you actually know the location of these fish, you're actually fighting with a weapon that has not got finesse and doesn't really attack well underwater. Neither does the shocking grasp, but you know where they are. They're right on you. They're right on your space. You are currently between all of this swarm, and you can absolutely reckless to make this a normal attack. Do you want to rage?
Yes, I am raging.
Okay. Yes. So you yes, you bust out your rage. As in this water, you pick yourself up with the thunderous might of your seafaring ways. And that is a 23. Excellent. And that is going to hit. Fantastic. Okay. So let me just check something. Oh my god, these things are OP. How is this CR1? Like, what the hell? How is this CR1? Okay. Yes, so they take a sum of damage. But they are not bloodied yet. You smack a few fish around, and you do so triumphantly. But let's not forget your aura. Yes. So they must make a Constitution saving throw, which is weird for them as they are a swarm, but they fail. And they do not have resistance to this, so they will take that full 8 as you light up the water and a few bodies float to the top. Yeah. Yeah, they're almost bloodied. Yeah, very good, very good. Giant toad.
I'm
Ribbit.
going to hold my turn until stairs appear.
Can you even climb up them? You're about the size of the stairs.
I can like jump and use them, I guess.
How high can a frog jump?
I can
Oh,
only jump 10 feet high. I can jump 20 feet lengthwise.
oh man. Maybe maybe you could command the other frogs to make you a frog podium by which to jump from. I mean, between you being a
Can I-
druid, you could maybe
Can I
try.
yell at the? Can I tell the frogs to start attacking our enemies?
Absolutely.
Like
So,
Quippers?
yes, you do. You command the frogs. I love one of the creatures in here that you have no idea about. It's hilarious. But yeah, I just want to know, do they have stats for a frog? They do. They do have stats for frogs. Oh my god.
Frog swarms.
No, there is no frog swarm. No one has planned on a frog swarm. Ah, brilliant. Oh, look at him. Oh, look. Yeah, so you have now a little frog. So yeah, this basically culminates the swarm of your frogs. Ah, there we go. There's your swarm. There's the swarm of frogs. Do they have an attack? Do they have an attack? Oh my god, I hope they don't. Miss creatures, frogs. Standing leap. Okay. Okay, yeah. The water currently goes nuts. Frogs are leaping about everywhere. Yeah, like no shit. The frogs are everywhere. And the water is teeming with them. If anything, this makes it harder to find the quipper fish, as the water is just a rumbling mound of like just frogs. Frogs everywhere. I'm just gonna put some frogs around you as they have come to your call.
Okay, I want them to go
Attack the
towards,
Quipper.
Stilren.
Oh, towards who?
Stilren.
I didn't catch that name.
Stilren.
Durandal.
Or Durandal.
No.
Okay. No.
Stilren.
Dalron.
Oh, Daron. Pardon me. Yes. Okay.
Stilren.
Yeah, they do go around him, and they do their best to follow your commands. They leap in and out of the water, and the quipperfish just completely eat them up. It's becoming a bloody churn around you, Doran, of lightning, quipperfish carcass, and a swarm of frogs being chewed up. If anything, though, maybe they will distract the quipperfish swarm. Maybe. Okay then, yeah. No, you command some frogs and they listen. You do have your movement, and you're being mounted by Kifri.
Yeah, we're gonna move. We're gonna use just partial movement, and
Okay.
be right up against the wall, so we're like.
Yeah, I got you. So Kifri, because this giant frog is large, you don't have to climb 30 feet. You now can only have to climb 20, if not some more. Maybe if the frog was to leap you up, and then you were to leap off the frog, perhaps you could get out.
Maybe if things get desperate.
Okay. No one wants the cool frog halfling jump ship. Fair enough.
I
So,
just don't want broken legs yet.
it's all we talked about how squishy this frog is. You'll be fine. Yeah, but now the were-tiger moves its way back where it can see things, and seeing Durandal look pretty hurt, he is going to... No, he's going to keep up what he wanted. He doesn't like the stairway that may make you get out of this pit. So he's going to make 2 attacks on you, Sylvan. Just with a longbow. That is going to be an 8 and a 6, so both are going to be misses. As, you know, it's quite a mess here between the dwarf, the frogs, the quipperfish, the lightning, the giant frog. It's a hard shot to make. And yeah, he just ends his turn there. Sylvan, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna drop the wall,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put stairs right, just a little bit north of where I'm at.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, draw shape. I'm gonna get that drawn for you now. Make sure you take into account the cost of a staircase made at such a height. So do you want it like this? Yeah, like this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, brilliant.
Actually, move it more towards the frog,
The frog,
the big toad.
like here?
Between me and them.
What?
He's talking about between the three. Yeah, like.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
It kind of intersects the wall awkwardly here, but you make it.
Okay. And I'm gonna move there.
Oops. There we go. So yeah, that's gonna take up 35 points of movement to get over the ledge, basically.
I'm not gonna go out. I'll stand on the stairs.
Okay,
I
sweet.
just want to be away from the fish.
Okay,
you
sweet.
wanna-
That does remind me, there's an attack of opportunity for your efforts there. So they're gonna make that. That is a miss, fortunately, as you
Good.
run out of the first step and your feet, you could see a quiverfish snap at your boot that just comes out of the way as you're just skitting out of there as quick as you can.
Okay, and I guess that's all I can do.
Okay then. Alright then.
I was waiting for stairs to do my movement.
Yes. Now, you can't get up these stairs, bottom line. Because half of you is leaning over the side of them, and because they were made awkwardly into the side of the cliff face, there isn't room for a large creature. I mean, sure, if it was perfectly in the middle of the air, I would allow you that half of you could be like sloppily leaning over the side, but with it forcing you against the wall at this point, you can't climb up it. Well, you could climb the outside of it, maybe, but you are a frog, so it's going to be tricky, to say the least.
Can I use it as like a jumping board?
It's
This
like,
spiral staircase.
yeah, it's difficult because you're large. You imagine you could climb up it easily if you were a humanoid.
Well, I have plans for the toad. I just need to get out. So there's no way I can like jump like on the side of it and then up to here.
So I mean, okay, I'll let you try, but it's going to be a tough acrobatics check.
Is that strength or dex?
That's acrobatics, so that's dex.
Would it help if I jumped
Okay.
off?
I think that wouldn't affect the roll, honestly, because like you're outside a portion of the fog that isn't crammed in this spiral staircase, and that is the truth. You are crammed underneath like
Ah.
bit there. That's how it is. You're trying to go around the spiral staircase, and you're cramming into it to climb up it. So like all of this squishy frog flesh squeezes between these staircases. The eyes bulge a bit as they squeeze themselves in. But yeah, you can. Okay, so that dexterity check means that
That's terrible.
you don't even flop. You just sort of flow out of the spiral staircase into the murky water. Basically, that was just uneventful for you. I'm sorry to say.
Okay.
Okay. So that was your condition. It is now Kifri's go.
Alright, I'm going to leap off my mighty mount and onto the stairs.
Yes, you already make your way 15 feet up the stairway, so it only would cost you 15 feet to get to where Sylvan is, and 20 to get over to where that bone is.
Alright, I might as well do that. And then once I'm up there, I'm going to heal Sylvan.
By the way, I want to know who has the loot.
I have the loot.
Alright, glad to hear. Well, I know the wand of fear is with you, but people
Yeah.
were. I mean, the ring of poison resistance was going to go to Durandal, but he couldn't get there in time for it. And I know the jug definitely went towards Dalron, but nobody staked a claim to it otherwise, so I will have to rule that it goes to Dalron, as he's the strongest person to carry it all, I guess. But yeah, fair enough. You do some healing, you do some cure wounds, and it does restore 11 hit points to Sylvan.
Right, that's my turn.
Brilliant. Durandal is getting chewed up here. Having the senses of a trained assassin, and proficient in short swords, he is actually going to be wise enough to know that a slashing weapon that slides through the water is better. Just fair warning, I need to. Okay, cool. Yeah, but
He uses Zephyr Wind to try and get away.
That pretty much is usually what he would do, so I think that's a very fair claim. No, that's Zephyr Strike. You move like the wind for the... Yeah, you don't... In addition, the first time you make a attack on your turn, you make the attack roll with advantage. Okay, yeah, so that is what he's going to do. Whew. Ah! Oh, me. Yes, so he is going to start attacking this cripperfish before he's going to go. His disadvantage to not seeing them is going to be cancelled out by the advantage he has because this is the first attack he can make with his Zephyr Strike, and he's going to short sword now. He does not make this attack at disadvantage because it is a finesse kind of weapon that will move through the water elegantly and with precision. That is going to beat their DC, and they will take 4 piercing damage, which is half to 2 because they are weirdly resistant to it. How is this CR1? More spellcasting, I guess. But yeah, he is going to do his Zephyr Wind now without attack of opportunity, but he is still in the murky water. So he's going to be doing this at half movement, which is basically going to mean that he moves... Well, if he can move 30 and then another 30 extra, he can only move to about... Yeah, he can only move 30. Oh, but that is going to get him to the foot of the staircase. And that is going to be his turn. Okay. So, now, the cripperfish are going to start attacking the sorcerer. And they hit and do 15 points of damage to him. And bloodies him. But that is their turn. Now it is Willem's turn. If there was a time to start floating out, now would be that time.
Yeah, because I can't make it to the stairs, can I? 5, 10, 15.
If you cast a spell, you can levitate 20 feet. So if you cast levitate, you can do your movement, and then you can use your thunderous domain to move another 10 feet in the direction you choose.
Okay, yeah, I want to do that. Then I'll cast levitate.
Brilliant. Just as warning, this will provoke an attack opportunity from the cripperfish, who will have advantage because you are hurt.
Well, there ain't much I can really do here.
Yeah. No, that is fair enough. But that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cast levitate.
The cripperfish do attack you on the attack of opportunity, and they will do 21 points of damage to
How
you.
does that work though? Because if he's going straight up, he's not moving.
Oh,
through
excuse
the
me. Sorry. Fuck that. Fuck that. I apologize. But also, he would still absolutely get attack opportunity, because any movement away from 5 feet of an enemy is a threatened square of the enemy, and that will make an attack opportunity. But casting a spell means he gets to float away without an attack of opportunity. So this isn't going
Yeah,
to
that's
be affecting him at all, and he floats away 30 feet. Over to the stairs, or straight up to the ledge with the were-tiger, or anywhere, I guess.
Away, over with my party.
Okay, cool. So yeah, 30 feet over to there, over to Sylvan, as he just like
Sure.
floats away out of the pit to the best of his ability. Alright. Now, the swarm of quippers are somewhat distracted between the frogs and Daron, so they're only attacking with half their might behind them. But they will roll a 20, and they will only do 3 points of piercing damage, halved to 2, basically.
Alright.
Yes. And now it is Daron's turn.
I am going to go ahead and use a full movement action. Let's see here. And you said it was 35 movement to get up the stairs, right?
30 movement to get from the bottom to the top of the stairs, and 5 feet more just to make yourself onto solid terra firma.
Gotcha. So 40 in total to get off the stairs. Okay. So I will take 10 points of movement here, which is because it's rough terrain. I'll do the 40 to get up, and then I will, because I'm doing a full movement here.
You're doing a dash.
So, yes,
Right?
I'm doing a dash.
Okay. I would advise... No, screw it. You're doing a dash. That's what you told me to do. Okay. Yeah, you dash out of there then. The swarm will make an attack of opportunity against you. And at this point, they've already chewed up most of the frogs. So they will do this with their full combined might. And they will do so with advantage because you are bloodied. Or hurt in some way. But that... Is it a miss? You've not got your token with stuff on it. That is a miss! Yay! Yes, that is a miss, and you get out there without being hurt. And yeah, you just get out of there. Giant toad. Oh, is there anything else you do?
Yes, I was trying to judge my total movement, so that'd be 50, and then I can make it to... I'm guessing this is solid ground,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. That's my full movement then.
Okay, brilliant. So, as you can see, Brightheart, I've got your Dionysius ready. But other than that,
Okay.
yeah.
Not quite ready for it. So as my bonus action, I'm going to turn into myself.
Brilliant.
As my action, back into myself, yeah.
Yeah.
As my action, I will cast a bark skin on myself.
Oh, sweet.
And then I'm going to use my movement to get onto the stairs.
Yeah, you do so, and unlike everybody else, you actually make your way about 15 feet up, or so. It took about... No, you make yourself about 20 feet up, so just like one staircase level from absolute top, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. So then, now it is Were-Tiger's turn. I'll just keep that to the side. So seeing you guys all go there, he is basically going to growl threateningly as he adopts a bit more of a, well, quadrupule, no. He's just basically in his hybrid form, and he just dashes over, well, no, excuse me. He is going to become a full-on tiger, going into quadruped form, as he then makes his way over to you. And with this speed, does he have a sort of pounce-like thing? He does, as part of his, oh, yikes. Do I do that? It might be OP if I do that. Okay. I'm just a little curious. Okay. Alright. He's gonna bite you. Oh, will he? Where? Yeah,
I have 43 hit points. So if that helps you judge.
He's gonna bite you. It's a 23. He only does 5 hit points, but make me a Constitution saving throw. You pass. Whatever was going on there, you don't really know. But to finish up, he is going to turn himself back into his hybrid form. And that's it.
It's 5 damage, correct?
Yeah, half to 3. Sylvan, your turn.
Okay, I am going to move off these steps.
Okay.
How far down was I?
You were at you were just off the cusp of going onto the ledge actually. So you were at 30 feet high.
Okay, hold on, I want to look at something real quick.
You've gone very quiet on me, by the way.
Any better?
Yes, much better.
I'm checking something out real quick.
No worries.
Okay, I'm gonna move my guy right here.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna cast Ego Whip on him.
Okay.
Hold on, let me look and see what this is.
Um.
My dings. There she is.
If you just cast a spell, it's gonna come up with this information.
It didn't work for my front page.
Boom. That's
The
doing it.
spells have gotten really weird this week.
Yeah, you gotta update them because of the updates they've done in here.
There we go.
Brilliant. Okay. Intelligence saving throw. This probably is not the were-tiger's strong suit, you imagine. He fails, and so yeah, he takes 12 points of psychotic damage.
Okay. And on a fail, if
He has to
feels
flee.
self-doubt, leaving him. Yes.
Yes. And he has to dash that way, can't he? Well, no, he has to take an immediate reaction to move away, so he does so. Now that will give Dalron an attack of opportunity.
He just went bio.
Well, I'll do the attack for him then. It's just straightforward, rage, all that jazz. Should be pretty straightforward. He was attacking with... What was he attacking with beforehand? I wasn't keeping track.
Halberd, I think.
That is what he used in the prior fight, but was it what he used in this fight? Can't tell.
Yeah.
Halberd it is. Okay,
Yeah.
Halberd Rage. That is going to be a hit. Barely, but a hit. Yes, it does mighty damage, but the tiger seems to be able to shrug it reasonably. Oh, hang on. Yeah, he shrugs it entirely. Yikes. Oh boy.
And, he moves on his neck. He has to. He does this on his next turn, so I'm sure he would actually have.
Oh, he does this on his next turn. Okay.
Let me pull my character sheet.
Okay, no, I got it. On his next turn. Got it. Okay, if that's your turn, great. Oh, he would have made that attack with advantage because of the dancing lights over him. But Kifri, your turn.
Oh, I'm not in initiative anymore.
That is because I deleted out your toad.
Yeah, I added 20.
Yeah, brilliant. Doop-a-doop. 20.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same kind of thing. You
I'm
just
very
use them.
sorry. I actually have to give this to Brightheart as we've just discovered that they were out of initiative order. Sorry.
Okay.
So, yeah, do you
Right.
turn into a Dinosteus?
Yeah, as a bonus action.
Brilliant. Yep. So delete you out again. I bring in your Dinosteus. There you go.
Okay, you said I was 10 feet from the top.
Yeah, you're like 10 feet from the top, and you can move through all your buddies and Get there, yeah.
Where's where Tiger is there? I have 40 movements of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Move behind him
Okay,
and make my 3 attacks.
brilliant. Yep, that's a hit. That's also not a hit. Oh, and your third attack, I see it now. That's also not a hit. Unfortunately, for the ones that you did hit, it doesn't seem to affect him. Still, Willem, which is currently Grim at this moment, and Sylvan, would you like to give me Arcana, please?
Sure. Yep. 14.
Yep, I see the result. Okay, so Sylvan, you don't know jack shit about lycanthropaths, but Grim, you pretty much remember that attacking of a non-silvered weapon is gonna make life difficult.
Okay.
And your best approach, yeah, your best approach now is to bombard him in magic. Okay.
I just relay the message to the rest of the team. If
Yes.
You don't have silver, hit him with magic.
Yes. So yeah, Kifri, you do your dissonant whispers, and I'm gonna say he automatically fails this because he's already ego whipped at this moment to start fleeing, right?
Yeah, so I guess he'll flee 2 turns in a row because it doesn't. Ego doesn't start till his start of his next turn, does it?
Yikes! I can't just pull this up from the compendium. I gotta, cause it's its own thing. Ego whip. No. Yes. If only he had ticked the full description. Okay. As an action, choose one creature. The target makes it another fail. Yeah. Leaving it able to use his action on his next turn only to take the dodge, hide, or disengage. Oh, so it doesn't. Oh! It doesn't necessarily flee. It just has to perform one of these actions. Ah, there we go. Right. And dissonant whispers make them flee, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've got to flee as far as they can.
Brilliant. Okay, excellent. Fantastic. So yeah, he fails. He's going to take 9 points of damage, which definitely does hurt him, as he's currently drowning in this horrendous pain in his head now that you've all done at him. And yeah, he's going to be moving away when he can. Durandal, your turn.
Oh, sorry, can I use my bonus action to give some bardic inspiration to the barbarian?
Absolutely, yes you may.
Cool.
Well,
Oh, and do they get opportunity attacks as well?
Yeah, everybody will get an opportunity attack when he starts to flee.
Cool.
Which I believe does his dissonant whispers happen now?
I think so. Yeah. Let me just double check.
Yeah, because that wasn't clear.
Yeah, and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far away as it can.
Okay, then, yeah. I'm gonna rule that the combination that just happened basically means the tiger runs away, you guys try to slash at him, and then, when it next comes around, he's gonna be like, well, he disengages. No, he first runs 30 feet, and then he takes the dash action to move a whole 80 as he reverts into tiger form, and he basically flees. Yeah. And basically, you guys just psychologically break this were-tiger, and you win.
Awesome.
Yay!
Okay. Whoops. You get double the victory. Okay, yes. So basically, that just tidies itself up pretty nicely for you, as you make your way out of the jungles, but you have lost your would-be guide.
Well, we're better off without him.
Yeah, I guess so.
Fuck that guy. I say to the rest of the party that we should, now that we've chased off this tiger, we should consider perhaps either leaving him be and going to the river, or if we want to risk it, could head back to where he was at the wreck of the narwhal and potentially loot the wreck.
I'm
long as he
all
gets
for letting
back that
some
direction
tigers
himself.
lie.
I would like to remind you that time is of the essence. You are still trying to fix a death curse, and yeah, there might be some loot there, but time is of the essence, and you got some good loot. You don't want to risk it, maybe.
Fair point. Yeah, and my character would be trying to save Grog as well. Yeah, so we should probably head to the river that is to our northwest.
The Orlon River.
Okay,
Yeah.
now that would take us right by Mesro, which is not a good place. apparently.
Well, when you get towards Mesro, you can give it a wide enough berth by heading into the ocean, I think, at that point. I'm trying to get it all to load up. It's taking a long time.
And end up in Kitcher's Inlet.
Yeah.
I was thinking we go to the giant ship.
We could either go to the Giants ship, or we could attempt to cross again through undead territory the way we did, and get back to Port Nyanzaru. One is probably safer than the other, but also takes longer.
I think we should check out the giant ship.
I mean, sure. It will be said that to go around that route without crossing inland is going to take you a lot longer as the landscape gets thicker there. But, and if you were to just go around the whole, shining sea coast, then that may take you a long time. But,
Yeah, I thought we could cut across from the.
yeah, about 100 miles or so. But yeah, it may well all be possible.
Well, it's going to be the same if we go up this river and end up in Kitcher's Inlet and cross over. It's still going to be about the same. So.
Or
Okay.
just cross immediately, I guess.
Okay, so, I would like to know if you guys want to be traveling a bit faster, and also, I can do it, so instead of taking this hex by hex, I can do a little bit of a custom macro where I will check 7 days in advance, and if 3 encounters come up, I will condense that all into 1 day. If not, then I will just basically rule it out, and you guys will make that trip unashamedly. Do you want that?
That sounds pretty good to me.
Okay, sweet. Alrighty then. So, firstly, from where you are, you're going to be heading towards the river. Yeah, I
Yes.
see. That's where the arrow actually points and touches. So yeah, about 3 days. So like I said, do you want to be traveling a bit fast to get 2 hexes worth?
I think that's what we said.
Yes, let's do two. Let's do it at speed because we want to avoid that guy who ambushed us there.
Yes, indeed. So you both, you all, make your way speedily along, and fortunately enough, you think you actually make that distance, and yeah, you make your way there. I'm basically gonna say that you guys actually make your way through the jungle a little bit faster now that you've seen your way back, and you actually mark things out much easier thanks to the fact you've cleared through all these areas. You've seen the region, and now you can actually get through it much quicker and better. So yeah, you make your way to the river, using Ataz Mahaha as a like a way stop to show where you are. Traveling at 2 hexes a day, arguably at 3 hexes if you really start paddling quickly. Yeah, let's say 3 hexes a day. You're paddling quickly, and yeah, it would take you 2 days. So, yeah, GM roll. Where's that macro? Where is that macro? Boom.
And we're taking the river because we've got our boats.
Yes. So in those 2 days, nothing happens. You make your way over there. You make your way past Ataz Mahaha. You go underneath its huge bridge. You may camp out at the bottom of it, perhaps. Do you guys have any feelings to check out the top of the bridge again?
No.
Not me.
Alright, excellent. So yeah, you basically come off at this point and you start to hop across the undead territory that was there beforehand.
Or were we going up to the ship?
Oh yeah. Do you want a ship?
Yes.
I don't mind either way.
Okay.
Check it out.
Okay, sure.
Alright then I have to look up some information. Boom. 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 Yeah. Where am I? Random encounters. Yeah, you guys been doing well. Okay. Yes, there we go. Alrighty. So basically, what you notice along the riverside is just, oh, absolutely, you in this space of these many days, you can absolutely attune to your wand, and in the space of 7 days travel, which basically, I'm going to allow, if you guys roll, to be speedy, I will allow 7 days travel to help you cover, well, it'll be 140, so, yeah. In that period of time, going around, you basically get your way all the way to the giant ship. And aside from a few dinosaurs you guys combat through without too much difficulty, you do make your way over there. And at this point in the game, yeah, you're all healed and rested to max. But at this point in the game, you'll feel yourselves that you're becoming more a master of the jungles of Chult now. They can still absolutely wreck you and ream you all of a sudden, but like you're becoming accustomed to the savageness that can be found all around. Whoops, get off my thing. Yes, so then. Yes, here we go. Okay. So who spoke giant out of interest?
I did.
I believe I do as well. Let me make sure.
Okay, brilliant. So for those who does, when you see the name of the ship, the Hasvalspid, the Hasvalspid, you know that it translates to whale spear, and it's a long ship the size for frost giants. It's 200 feet long, with sails made from white dragon wings, and it's anchored 100 yards off the beach along Chult's coast. Yeah, and it's impossible to hide. It's so clearly in view that it really just can't be missed, truly.
Do you see anybody on board? Any of the giants?
So if there are, you're not seeing them on deck.
Can we shout up to them, see whether there's anyone on there?
I would advise not doing that. Those are ice giants.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can absolutely start talking to them if you want.
I mean, if it's still a fair way away, just shout up to see whether anyone responds. We can run away if we need to then.
So okay, so yeah, you call out to the frost giants, is that right?
Well, I don't.
There's somebody.
Yeah, I speak giant.
Yeah, but do you call out to them?
Yeah, so do we want to go here or just cut straight across, guys?
If we want to board that ship, they're frost giants. Frost giants are generally not very hospitable to anybody but themselves. If we were going to go aboard that ship, we should probably do it in the cover of night and sneak aboard.
Now that may reward you with an instant combat if you were to get caught, but if you do want to try and be hospitable to these giants, which is rare, but might be, they may be nice actually. You better do it in the cover of the day. You have also travelled 140 miles. Let's not understate that. Dedicated yourself on this trek that's lasted you a week in our time just to get to it. So you have put some dedication into making sure you come to this ship to see what it's all about.
Yeah, why are we at the ship? What are we looking for?
Points of interest, I guess, and clues that may relate back to the death curse.
Moore's way of skirting around the what you call it?
Ocean.
Dead.
Yeah, that too.
So yeah, we can leave this if no one's interested.
I think we should try and be friendly and see what happens. Maybe you can charm them, Kit.
I don't speak giant.
With maybe they'll like your music.
I speak giant, but I don't know what to say, and I don't want to mess up your guys' game.
Or just shout hello, I guess, to see whether anyone responds.
Yeah, certainly.
You guys want me to yell at 'em?
Does
Okay,
anyone have any objections or?
so yeah, so you've not decided on it. Yikes. Certainly be a bit more decisive, I imagine.
You could, I mean, yeah. If you wanna go ahead and shout at them, I guess we could do that.
Is that the consensus?
Yeah, I think. And if there's anyone on board, we can
Run into
just skirt the
woods.
ship
They
and leave.
are frost giants. They would, if they wanted to catch us, they could catch us out in this open water. They could
Well,
also probably throw stuff at us.
I mean, it may take them a while to catch you out in open water. They are anchored at the bay side, but, you know, you can definitely get onto land. It would probably be a bit harder. How hard is it for you to chase insects, is what I'm saying.
Sure. Maybe we could offer a trade. They help us, we help them.
That's smart thinking.
Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, I guess we got to find out if there's any on there first.
Yeah, so you just gotta start interacting. You gotta take a risk.
All right, I say hello. Greetings.
Alright, brilliant. Co-DM is now 10 player. So fantastic, yes. You do so, and two large frost giants make their way out before you. And if I can get a handout, I'll show you what they look like. Aha! Yes. Boom. So these large blue-skinned giants that look very out of place here. In fact, they look like they're sweltering, and they look like they're suffering under this horrible, horrible heat. So the giant calls back, "Who's there?" in giant.
We are an adventuring party.
Now,
Come to see if we could aid you in whatever you may need, and maybe you aid us.
So the giant is taken aback, but suspicious of you, as he arms himself and basically says, "Come closer where I can see you."
May we board your ship?
"Not till I see you," he
Oh, we
commands.
can see it?
Well, that's an interesting reason why he doesn't seem to be seeing you. You may have to come a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's yeah. I want to make myself visible. I don't want to seem sneaky or deceptive.
So you basically come up to the side of the ship, and it's pretty awkward because he doesn't see you until you're right there by the ship. You kind of get the impression that this guy suffers from short-sightedness. Or rather, he can't see things quite far away.
But he's looking at me.
Yeah, he looks at you here as he's peering over the side of the ship, while the other is kind of just ready at arms to see how this plays out.
I put up both my hands.
Yeah.
Not holding anything.
Yeah.
Say we're just here to talk, try to help each other out maybe. You guys seem out of place, we're out of place, we're all here for a reason. Maybe we can help each other.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, he goes, who sent you?
To you? Nobody has sent us to you. We are here investigating a death curse.
He waves his hand as he's just like, bah, nothing to do with us. As he kind of looks like that is about the sum of his questions of you. As
I'm gonna say something to him. I'm gonna ask him if there is somebody out there that would send us to him. I mean, is there somebody we need to look out for?
So at that line of speak, is there somebody we should be on the lookout for? The giant will spin on his heels as he does go to the boat side quite eagerly, as he will like confess that. Right, I'll be straight with you. I don't want to be here anymore. It's hell. As soonest as we can find this person, we're off, and I'll be rewarded. Lord knows if I can find this individual. So very well. We are looking for artist Kimber. Return him to us, and we will reward you excellently.
Have we encountered this person
Not
yet?
yet, we know some other people who are looking for him.
You'll know him when you see him. He's a trickery ranger, but on top of that, he's in the company of a saurian, a strange reptile thing that apparently has some interesting smells to him, like honeyed meat or something like that. It's truly bizarre.
Is there anything else that you know about him, potentially? Like, could you tell us perhaps why you're looking for him so we could be prepared?
He kind of narrows his eyes. It's just like, are you after helping us, or are you after finding out all about us?
No, we're here to help you then.
Then help us by finding artist Kimber, he says, interrupting you on purpose.
What was his last
Just trying to gain some extra information that might help us find him.
You won't miss him when you see him.
Any idea where his last location was? Last known location?
In the jungles. We've had search parties out everywhere looking for him.
Search parties of frost giants?
Yes.
In the heat of the jungle?
Yes, he says with exasperation.
They might not make it back, friend.
But he will scoff at that and go, we will overcome anything this jungle has to offer. Though it's hell, we are gods amongst hell.
Anybody got any ideas? I think we're kind of hitting a dead end here.
We know people were looking for him in Port Nyanzaru, so we could start looking there.
Oh shit! Well remembered.
Tell the giant that we'll definitely be looking out for this guy.
Have the giants been to Port Nyanzaru yet?
Giants won't be seen at a major city. That's a siege.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess tell him we've got a lead and that we'll do what we can to find him.
Could you roleplay what you're going to say to him, please?
Well, I don't speak giant, so I was kind of telling Willem to tell him that.
Okay, so
Okay, so sure.
I need to hear the role-played words, please.
mess this up. I'll say we've encountered a few people that are looking for him and may have a lead on him in Port Nyanzaru.
Right. Yeah. The giant is going to reach down and snatch you up instantly as he grabs you tightly in his fist as the pressure from his hands squeeze in as he basically just basically asks assertively, who? Where? Who? Who knows where he is? Tell us! Tell us or I'll kill you!
I don't know, just a substitute. Yeah, metagame. Anybody want to give me some information here before I'm squeezed to death?
It was 3 people, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're asking fathers of Tembe, grandfathers of Tembe.
All right.
Yeah, we didn't get their names, just that they were hanging around the temple asking for. Was it a seer to find them?
Temple. What temple? What's the name of the temple?
It was a temple to Zavras, god of insight and divination. Yeah. Go on.
I say we've had leads of other people looking for him at the temple of whatever you just said. I forgot it.
Zavras. Okay,
Zavras.
so basically he's going to say, wonderful. In that case, then the rest of you can go and find this person. Go and find Artis Kaimba. And in the meantime, we'll be keeping this one here. So we know you're coming back.
Oh no. This guy's gonna hate me.
I think at this time, let me just check his personality traits and whatnot. I will listen to every side of an argument before I make my own judgment. Pursuit of knowledge is its own reward. My life's work is stories. Okay. I am easily distracted by the promise of information. Okay, so I'm going to take possession of him just in the role-playing sense for this. As he basically goes, hang on. Just going to get him to do a, yes, he has that charisma. So what's he got proficiency with? He's not got deception.
Not deception.
He's not got he's got persuasion. Here we go. So he's going to do a persuasion check.
Okay.
Yes, and he's basically going to be like, as he just like basically tries to catch his breath between the grasping hand, as he's just like, please, I will do anything you say. You don't have to keep me here. I'm on your side. I will absolutely make these guys. Don't kill me. I will absolutely make these guys go to Port Nyanzaru, and I promise you, there is nothing I like more than to find information. And this is a hot lead. I can absolutely do this. I can be your guy on the ground. Plus, without me, I can't guarantee that they will actually go back to Port Nyanzaru. They may go somewhere else, and they'll leave me. They've ditched 2 of our friends' statues back at Nangalore. We have a friend who was brought back on the dead from our behalf, and they haven't bothered to go back there. I could be next. They could leave me. They'll never come back for me if I die. So yeah, I mean, don't leave me. They'll never come back for me. But let me stay with them, and I will guarantee that I'll get this information on your behalf. I swear. And that is very convincing enough for the giants. There's a lot of truths mixed in there that seems to make him very convinced that this is the way to go. And he goes, and he just quietly plops him back carefully in the ship. Yeah. He plops him back carefully in the ship as he goes, beware, if any of our scouting party should find you and you don't have any information forthcoming, they won't treat you nicely, as I have.
Could we have your name to tell them we've already worked something out with you?
He looks around to the other, and the other giant says, tell them a lie. Tell them that you've been spies of Drufi. Drufi spelt
Those of us that know Giant, can we hear him, or is this?
Yeah. He's speaking in Giant, and he's replying like this, and yeah, he's saying, "This is not untrue. You will be acting as spies on her behalf, and therefore they'll listen. But don't get caught before you come back with information." Yes, indeed.
Alrighty.
And that, FYI, that might save your skin.
All right, and I think we should now roll off as fast as we can.
Yeah, so
we don't need anything else. Let's go for it.
So the giants bring themselves back in, and you guys head off to the mainland. You plan to avoid the undead areas, naturally. Do you guys move to Port Nyanzaru while it's so close with some speed?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as we're avoiding the undead area.
Well, your perception will be low. Just take a chance. Go on. Go into those greater undead areas. Do it. Oh, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna skirt the lesser undead. Ah! Very well.
Yeah, we've had enough of grungs.
Yeah, so you basically are exhausted. You have the scent of the jungle all around you. And now, yeah. Hey, the grungs aren't undead. They suffer where everybody else suffers in the undead zones. Interesting. So yeah, now you're in jungle. 25. Okay then. So on your journey, you happen to come across some interesting adorned people that are riding a stegosaurus and a triceratops going through the jungle on your route. When they pass by, they stop just to see and check you guys out and ask if anybody's hurt, if anybody's injured, and if everybody is not covered in disease at the moment.
No, we're all good, thanks.
Whatever
No,
ailing
anybody
William,
has,
is it passed?
What's that?
Whatever was ailing Willem, has it passed?
Oh, that was ages ago. That was half a month ago at this rate, you know?
I didn't exactly know how. I thought it was like 81 days.
Yeah, wow, who kept track of that?
That got lesser restoration, dude.
I think that was the blind. That was probably the deafness.
The deafness, yeah.
Who kept track of 81 days?
It was 81 hours.
Oh, right, yes. Sorry, I was wondering who kept track of days. How many days do people think have passed by?
So I have us at we made it past Atasmu Haha, and then it took us 7 days to get to the giant ship from there.
If you could figure out, if you could figure out a grand sum between when you left Port Nyanzaru to now, that would be awesome for me. And if you could type that in the chat, that would be really handy. Thank you.
There's some spots where the days got confused even when I rewatched the videos, so it's not exact.
Oh, that's fine. Rough is good. Rough is totally fine.
Let me check.
Yeah. So, like, these members, they say, we're here to clear out the dead to the best of our abilities. You look pretty beaten and worn. Please, follow us. We're heading in the Port Nyanzaru direction, and we'll see to it that you guys make it there reasonably safely.
Can we make an insight check?
Yes, absolutely.
Should I do it? I don't know if this guy's any good. I got a -2.
You can do it if you feel suspicious. They're talking complete honesty. Talking complete honesty.
Alright.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just ask them, who are you?
We are We are priests of Mieliki, goddess of the forest and nature. We are also members of the Emerald Enclave, those charged to rid the jungle of its undead menace.
Nice.
There you go, Brightheart.
Yeah, I'm in the Emerald Enclave.
They would nod knowingly as they said, it was clear before we could see you that one of us was nearby. The spirit of the forest is strong with you indeed.
Alright,
Then
so
I
we follow.
accept your offer, yeah.
It was one of the reasons we offered ourselves so freely to your protection, my lady.
I don't need protection, but if you guys would like to join us on our quest to rid this world of the death curse, that would be wonderful.
We'll follow you for the next 3 days. After that, we have our own patrols to go. The death curse, I've no idea what that is. None of us, no idea. But, Brightheart, that's excellent. Thank you very, very much. And they say,
Don't suppose they.
we have no idea what that is. It sounds deadly, for sure. But, if I had to guess, it may be an overabundance of undeath in this region. So we're going to remain true to our pledge of ridding the jungle of its undead. But, while we skirt this area, you will be part of our protection, for sure, for the next 3 days.
Well, that's wonderful. We'll get to know each other along the way.
Yes, sounds lovely. Basically, they offer you a ride shared between you guys on the Stegosaurus and Triceratops that they got around. It's a bit tight, but they do so, and you guys are basically escorted all the way back to the edge of the jungle, right past the canopy line, as they say eventually that this is where we'll leave you now. So
Thank you.
you ask about giant travelers, and they say, yes, absolutely we have. We've given them a wide berth because they're not our charge of undead, but they have been very out of place. They seem to be following any possible hints to these large pockets of ice that seem to be appearing very infrequently here and there.
Do you know what causes them?
Not a clue, I'm sorry to say.
Are there any nearby?
No. And since we've been traveling with you, we haven't been really looking around for anything else. We've just been escorting you, honestly.
Well, thank you very much for your help.
It's our pleasure. So, yeah. Once you guys basically are left with Port Nyanzaru in view on the other side of the river, you figure you could just get in your canoes and cover that distance quite happily, as, the home stretch is here. You are one of the few to come back from the jungles. Needless to say, as you begin to get your rowboat out to the beach side, you begin to scuff up something on the ground. You begin to scuff up something on the ground in the sand. Inside it, you see some worn and battered adventurers' tools that they seem to have left here, maybe when they were camped one night. A part of it is a set of navigator's tools.
Probably quicksand.
Oh no, you're right by the ocean, so it's sand.
Oh, just normal sand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will take up those navigator's tools. Those will be useful, and I am trained and proficient in them already. So.
Yeah, fantastic. Set of cartographer's tools. Yeah, brilliant.
Do we see anything else washed up if we look around?
No.
Okay, we carry on then.
Yes. And finally, late that night, you make your way back into Port Nyanzaru.
peace.
Yes. Bless me, I sneeze. I'm allergic to port nyanzaru. Yeah, this will do as a port city, I guess. But yes, you guys are finally back in Port Nyanzaru. You guys have some loot, but it won't be working hours until the beginning of next day. So what are your guys' first order of business?
Go get a drink at the tavern.
Yeah.
So would that be the loud and rowdy thunderous lizard, or do you want to actually chill a bit with somewhere a bit more dulcetly toned?
Thunderous lizard.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
I think my character would go to the quieter place.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the Chaos Repose.
Well remembered. Well remembered. The repose, indeed. I'm just looking for information on Port Nyanzaru. Why isn't it here? But yeah, you guys all basically relax and chill, and people do approach you as you have like the looks of somebody who has absolutely been churned out through the jungle. Like truly, it's visible on you. When you get a chance to look at yourself in the mirror, you or any reflective surfaces, you genuinely can tell between the spots of you that are bruised and the other darker spots of you that have been poisoned, and the spots of you that has maybe eaten a little bit less because of how crazy the fruit is, that you have absolutely come through the jungle and you're wearing it on your being. And it gathers a lot of interest from several other people. Anybody do anything with this?
Are these people inside the tavern with us?
Yes.
Has any of them made it out to the jungle and back in?
Nobody in the bar has done so. It's really only the guides that are commonly known to make it in and out of the jungle, honestly, or don't skirt its outsides. But no, in your case, you are dealing with a few people who have barely trodden into the jungle, whereas you guys have actually started to venture into it. Although not by a lot. When you look at your map again, you can see that it's still only a segment, while the huge vastness of its middle still remains a mystery. Okay.
Are they staring at us?
Well, no, they're asking questions, and they're coming up to you like, what have you seen? How have you made it out of the jungle alive? Who was there? What? They're all very fascinated by everything that you've seen in there.
Tell them stories of our adventures.
Yeah. Well, friends, and I'm gonna take up the alchemy jug and put it on the table. Bring an empty mug over here. We'll pour some beer around and tell some tales.
Yeah, they will absolutely do that, and
The
they.
barkeep really likes that.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, they fill it up with Jet, their own brewed, kind of spicy, sharp, alcoholic beer, and yeah, they're happy to refill it as your. What I want to ask you is, what do you leave out? Is my question.
The giants. Leave that part out.
We will leave the giants out. We will also probably leave out the name of the were-tiger as well.
Well, I was thinking, shouldn't we ask about him? He might still be looking for us to get his shit back.
No, we should actually talk to the person who seems to be related to him later. Yes.
All right, cool.
And keep his name secret.
Should we leave out the princess from Kursabal as well? Aren't they
Yes.
trying to keep her hidden?
We should leave out the princess as well, yeah, and we should also probably not say that we piss off the birds at all.
Well, you piss them off.
They forgave
That
us.
wasn't
though.
me. That wasn't me. That was the ranger. But
Oh,
yes.
sorry.
He forgave you guys though.
They did forgive us. Though we will leave out that small little tidbit.
Hmm.
I think that's it. I think we'll tell pretty much all of that. Though we will probably exaggerate maybe just a little bit, especially the Medusa part and so forth, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I
They-
wasn't there for that.
Oh no, but you guys relay some stuff, and the relaying of information happens somewhere. For whatever it comes up that you left your two statued friends, people gasp and are shocked that you didn't try and drag them over, but they're also like, I guess they're dead now, I suppose. In terms of when you mention Mumbala, the voodoo doctor, many are very coldly stirred to hear her involvement, even however so remote. Needless to say, when you mentioned your guide's disappearance, some will say that she was here almost a month ago, about 30 days ago or so. She was here looking for, I imagine, you guys, but I guess she couldn't find you, and she basically she had to make ends meet, so she was hired out by another group to go expedition into the jungles. This turning to Azaka, basically.
And if people are interested in the location of those statues, I've got a supply of maps that I've made.
You're gonna sell out your statues?
No.
Yeah, they are as
No,
accurate
we're
as
not gonna sell.
Oh, do it!
these
It's like your own
monsters.
delivery service. You don't have to go back there.
Uh-uh.
These guys will come and
Well,
collect.
I have no map making skills and no tools for cartography, so they're not exactly accurate.
You
But
have
might say they're a
navigator's
complete work of
tools.
fiction. I didn't then though.
No, you didn't then, but you could spend this evening figuring something out.
No, I think.
Oh, you want your scribbles?
maybe
Okay.
not.
Ah. No, absolutely. So yeah, you flog some scribbly maps. Make me a persuasion. Wow. Okay. How much you selling them for?
I'm gonna go with 50 gold pieces. I think.
50. 50.
Yeah.
It's
I
probably
think
the
of
rich
the worth
people.
of these statues.
Okay.
Hold on.
There is like a
I-
price and demand thing going on here.
My character would be furious at this, at
Oh.
selling the statue of his adopted son,
Yeah.
and would be very
I'll-
angry about the
I'll
notion
take you
that
aside and just explain they're not real.
I would say they're very real. That's my son. That's not gonna happen.
The
you would need
maps
would
aren't
not-
real.
Oh, are the fake? The fake? Okay, I get you. You would take the side.
They're not even of chult.
I've got the general peninsula shape, but the X is in a different place on each map.
Okay.
None of them are anywhere near the gardens.
Okay then. So with that persuasion, at that price to this crowd, with how bad it looks, you're able to flog one of those maps at a full 50 gold pieces to an old man.
That was nice, man.
Excellent.
Yes. But yeah, you got another 50 gold for your shitty map. Brilliant. Okay, so night comes. You guys are the talk of the town for as much as it can be talked about this late at night. And the next day comes. Now then, you guys could check up on Syndra Sylvain if you're thinking about it.
Might as well since we're here.
Yeah.
We don't really have any information for her, do we?
You do not.
Well, we've crossed off a lot of leads.
Hmm.
We should talk to Wakanda about his potential relative
Right.
Tried to kill us.
that tried to kill us.
So then, you make your way over to Wakanga's private villa over here. And when you do, you notice that you're welcomed in first, and Wakanga is looking a little bit glum, to which he goes and automatically proceeds you towards Syndra. As Syndra is no longer seated, she is now bedbound at this point. As when you look at her, although she keeps her mask on, you can tell by how weak and raspy her voice has gotten that she is not long for this world. She has absolutely worsened in the time you've been gone, and by the time you come back, she's probably going to be dead, you think. But yeah. How do people respond to this?
Well, this is the first time I met her, so I had no clue who she is.
Yeah, this is the first time I've met her, so I was not aware of this.
Oh, and it's the first time the bards met her too. It's just
Yeah.
it's the sorcerer and druid.
Oh, you don't look so good.
She's going to raspily curl over. It's just like, oh, please don't joke. I can feel death at my door. It's coming after me, clawing after the life that I've been blessed with. And soon I will return to whatever darkness has brought this vile wizardry out. Her words fading a bit.
We have a few more leads to look into, so don't lose hope yet.
You need to hurry. There isn't much time for me anymore. Oh, the anxiety is absolutely killing me. Literally, on top of everything else. I'm sorry. You need...
We're doing everything we can.
I know. But unless you fix this before you come back, I think I will be dead. Lost forever.
We've lost 3 people trying to save you.
She will go, and I'm grateful for that. But if this isn't stopped before my own death and the death of many others that have ever been resurrected, then their deaths will also be in vain. And if you're not quick, it's possible that their souls will be lost forever, if they aren't already.
Do we know? Well, never mind.
Well, don't lose hope. Hang in there. We've got some good leads we're going to follow on. I say with a lie.
She will believe your lie, your sweetened lie, flat out, as the anxiety of death pent up over these days is absolutely going to work some magic into your persuasion to a point where it's automatically going to succeed. Yeah.
I'll play you a little tune on my thing that I've forgotten the name of.
Yeah, your Schwan, right?
That's the word, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll play you a little tune just to cheer her up and,
Yeah. Hang on.
That's very upbeat for a dying lady. But
I
yeah,
know.
it's good.
She doesn't know how to respond to this, quite honestly. This is like, kill me now. End it.
Just too much for her.
Yeah. And after you have
I'll
a...
see it's not going down very well, and I'll just put it away quietly. And
No, you play it out to its bitter end, and eventually she's going to love it. And whatever, you finish your song, and Wakanga basically brings you... you stop playing. Wakanga brings you to the front of his parlor, as it's all warm and cozy here. And yeah, basically he is going to ask you, like, really how you fare in your search, and he's encouraging you to be honest with him.
Not well.
Afraid of this.
Every lead we've followed has been a dead end so far.
This is not good. You guys need a bit more help. He's saying.
And do we know what happens to the dead that have been resurrected when they die from this?
I've no clue. To be honest, nobody has any clue. You're going to need to find some other source of information other than people, I guess. Most common folk don't have any idea the death curse exists. Death is, as always, ending, as it has always been. It's only in these rare cases of resurrection that this and death plays key. So you're going to have to talk to a being that's beyond normal mortals.
We have a lead on that, don't we? A Naga?
The Naga, yes.
The Naga of Oralunga. I've heard of it. I do collect some rare tomes and whatnot in the back. Perhaps you can look there and you can find some information about it.
That would be really helpful, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And he welcomes you into the parlor, and a manservant who looks like a awesomely toned, sexy gladiator comes out with some tea and biscuits, basically. Yeah. So, just as a reminder, just getting some information.
We're also going to mention his relative to him.
Oh, yeah, he's going to stop dead as he's Juanes. How do you know that name? How did you couldn't have seen him. You couldn't possibly have seen him.
I'll point to some arrow marks on my body that he shot me with.
He died in a shipwreck many, many years ago.
He's living in a
was it the
ship
narwhal?
in the trees.
Wow. So he's gone completely feral. Or native to the jungles, and jungles have lost him inside them. Wow. If you can bring him back, that'd be amazing, but it looks like he gave you quite a bit of trouble.
He definitely did. We can show you where he is, though.
Yes, please do. And you relay to him on a map where the wreck of the narwhal is, basically. As that is of interest to Wakanga indeed. So with that business sorted out of the way, you look up some information, and you do divine some of the following. The Naga of Oralunga is known as Saja Nabaza, and what you know of her is that at the site of Oralunga there is a trial to those that would deem themselves worthy to meet with her. Should you pass the trial, those that meet with her may request knowledge or help, and she may be able to provide it.
Can we find out anything about what the trial is?
There is no records of it.
Is there any record of anyone passing the test?
There is none.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Can we find out any information about Omu, is it?
You want to find out
Oh,
information about Omu?
Yeah, that's the place Moaxanare was after.
Yes. So Omu was once a grand, tremendous capital of Chult. It had vast, vast cities. Well, no, it was a vast, vast city that was basically the hump of the, not the hump, the hub of the great empire of ancient Choltons that once lived there during that time, before the spell plague. It is vast and with deep, deep catacombs beneath it.
And it's abandoned now, I guess.
Yes, it is. As all royalty and former Omians have now been lost since its time.
I'm also going to ask Wakanga that since we provided him the location of his brother, we have two comrades who are unfortunately petrified, and it would be of great help if either we could get a golden needle or a scroll of greater restoration or a couple scrolls of greater restoration to free them from those petrified states.
Well, unfortunately, while I do scrolls, my abilities don't really go to that level. But on the Golden Needle front, you could totally pick some up at the. Well, I pick some up. I imagine it's not a very difficult job. Do you have any gold on hand with you?
We do, in fact, yes.
Well, I imagine you give that to an artisan of metalwork and decorations. He could fashion that into some needles for you, perhaps, or she. Check out some of the gem quarters. They may have such an artisan with your needs.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. It'll be a commissioned piece of work, but I imagine they'll do it. What else is the people's business here?
Are we full up on supplies and everything, water and food and?
Well, you because of your various magic and whatnot, and rain catchers and because of living accommodations, you can all mark off a gold for staying in Port Nyanzaru, as you are basically very well covered for. But yeah, basically, do you guys have a plan?
Well, I'm thinking we need to maybe look around town and try to get some clues or try to meet some people. Each of us has a faction. Maybe we talk to our faction people to see if we can maybe get some information from them.
And on behalf of Durandale, he absolutely wants to get in touch with his faction that's around here. But I won't say any more from that. But yeah, he wants to do something like that. So I imagine that you guys will chill at Port Nyanzaru for a bit before making your way back into the difficult jungles of Chult. And with that,
we'll probably need to look for a new guide too next time.
Yeah, absolutely, a new guide for sure. And with that, we'll leave that episode there.